Ray, what do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
I'm not that far removed from the storm. The heat still lingers, my heart's still warm. I try to change, but the core remains. I'm not that far removed from the flame.
I'm not that far removed from the storm. The heat still lingers, my heart's still warm. I try to change, but the core remains. I'm not that far removed from the flame.
They pushed and pulled like I'm a game to play. Thought I'd crumble, thought I'd stray. I walked away from shadows I knew, but I'm not that far removed from the view.
They threw their stones, I caught them all. Built a wall so I wouldn't fall. Changed my name, changed my tune, but I'm not that far removed from the moon.
I'm not that far removed from the fire that burns, the soul I prove. You can test me, you can try, but I'm still the storm, the unbroken sky. I bury my past, but it won't stay gone. A ghost in the mirror, it lingers on. Try to rewrite, try to improve, but I'm not that far removed from the groove.
I buried the fire, but it still flickers low. They thought I'd crumble, but they don't even know. The echoes of me that I left in the past still rise like a shadow I can't outlast.
They see my face, but they don't see the scars. Every line's a map, a story that's ours. I wear my armor, my heart's subdued, but I'm not that far removed from the crude.
They built their walls, but I've got my tools. Try to make me dance to their shallow rules. I walked away, but the fight's in my veins. Not that far gone from my old hurricane.
They wanted a puppet, but I cut the strings. Tried to clip my wings, but I still sing. I shed my skin, but the scars still show. Not that far gone from the me they used to know. I'm not that far removed from the fire that burns, the soul I prove. You can test me, you can try, but I'm still the storm, the unbroken sky.
Oh, they act like I've forgotten the fight, but I'm a phoenix not lost in the night. I've grown taller, but the roots run deep. I'll wake the thunder if they wake the beast.
Oh, they act like I've forgotten the fight, but I'm a phoenix not lost in the night. I've grown taller, but the roots run deep. I'll wake the thunder if they wake the beast.
Oh, they act like I've forgotten the fight, but I'm a phoenix not lost in the night. I've grown taller, but the roots run deep. I'll wake the thunder if they wake the beast.
Welcome back. It is so amazing to be with you guys on a Thursday night. It's been like 2 Thursdays, all right? The last Thursday was right before Independence Day, but we're back. We are back. We have a lot of work to do tonight. We're actually going to be developing tonight. We're going to be vibe working. If there's vibe coding, there has to be vibe working. As my guy Rod Brown, who did go live yesterday, shout out to my guy Rod Brown who went live. It's a vibe. So we got some work to do. I am going to be using up my 5 tokens for one of my accounts. For the other account, I already used it up. But then because you guys know that I am a token fiend. I am actually working with somebody on a different project, and I'm gonna take the liberty to use I'm gonna use their tokens. It is what it is, you know. I want them all. I want all the tokens. I want all the tokens. All right. So we're gonna be working on a project. It's a AI career analyzer. It tells you what would be your role if you were to transition whatever it is that you do now, maybe you are a chef, maybe you are maybe you're a waitress, maybe I don't know, maybe you're a ballet dancer and you want to, you know what? Here's my resume. What could I do? What could I do in AI? Well, you just upload your resume and it says, well, this would be the position that you would be the most qualified for, and this is what you have. So that's the plan. That is what we're going to be working on tonight. So I'm going to use my 5 tokens, and then we're going to pivot into working on the AI career analyzer software. I already did a big chunk of the work on that. Me and the person I'm working with, we did a big chunk of the work on that, but we're this close to finishing. And me, I am a person of deadlines and of annoyance. So I'm like, we got to get this done. And I go, if it gets done by the end of the month, I'm like, no, I want it done by tomorrow. I want it done. Honestly, I wanted it done by yesterday. But things happen. But we're back at it. And you're gonna see the way that I have learned over the past week and a half, 2 weeks, to better use the Lovable platform to build amazing applications. I have a few things coming out, or that I'm working on. But I'm gonna take you guys so you guys can see a little bit of the ways that I work, and we shall go from there. All right. I am Tech Coach Ralph. We are engineered to win, or as my friends, especially my friend Rod Brown, like to say, I do my very, very best to annoy you. Yes, you. Yep, you right there. Annoy you to success.
Bruh. Let's get it.
Let's go out there and get it. All right, so we're going to jump into our agenda really, really quick, and then we're going to get to work. It's already 7:30. I have 30 minutes to use these 5 credits before the re-up man comes, and if the re-up man comes and I have not used up all my credits, I will lose out. And the sad thing is, right, I've become so efficient with these credits. It is crazy, but we're going to do that. So let's jump into it. First and foremost, I just have to say a big, big, big thank you to all of the subscribers to the channel, those who are brand new and finding value, and those who have been with me for a very, very long time. And they're still, yes, they are still coming back for more. Maybe they are a glutton for punishment, but they still come back for more, and they allow me to continue to pour value into their lives. We're learning together, we're working together, we're growing together. We are running up this tech bag together. Yes, indeed.
Money. Hey.
So shout out to all the subscribers. I appreciate every last one of you.
I appreciate you.
And a big salute to all of the Tech Coach Ralph Patreon members, my tech barbarians, my tech project members. I work with them one-on-one, coaching, working on apps to build things so that they can gain experience. And if everything works out correctly, guess what? There are equity opportunities as well. But those are for the people that I work closely with, and I train them up so that they can go out there into the tech world and they can kill it. And shout out, and also a big salute and shout out to the technical explorers. Those are the Tech Coach Ralph Patreon members, and they participate, especially those who participate inside of the Vibe Code and Chill sessions that we do every other weekend at least. Sometimes though, they might be every weekend, depending on how my availability opens up. It can happen. Like, especially like if I am on if I'm running out of, if I'm like, my re-up for the month is coming and I have tokens left, we might spend 2 to 3 hours inside of the Tech Coach Ralph Patreon working, building apps, stuff like that. So shout out to all of you. We are the best.
We the best.
And salute to the tech mercenaries. Those are the YouTube channel members who allow me to come onto YouTube just about every single day and share and add value into the world with the ability to reach billions of people around the world. I hope that if we can just touch one person and open their eyes to their potential, then It is way more than worth it. So shout out to all of the tech mercenaries out there. Let's go out there and get it.
Let's get it.
All right. So let's see. Quick announcements. We have tomorrow the bug bite that's being released. We're going to be so tomorrow we're going to be going across the world tomorrow. We're going to be talking about Louis Vuitton in South Korea, not North Korea, but in South Korea, being hacked and leaking customer data, and if every single Louis Vuitton customer was impacted. It's possible. Is that the case though? Is that the case? Tune in tomorrow to find out if you, as a Louis Vuitton customer, had your data leaked because of a South Korean breach. Was it the North Koreans who breached them? Tune in tomorrow to find out. All right. So that's what we have upcoming. And then Sunday we're gonna be going live. You know how we do. You know how we do. Other announcements. Do me a favor, if you have not done so already, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content. Check out techcoachdrive.dev. Come and join me as we work over the weekends, normally on Saturday afternoons, sometimes hour and a half at least, could be 2 hours, could be 3 hours, where we are just working on working on different platforms. We might be working on N8N, we might be working on Lovable, we might be working on Devon. I'll be answering all of your questions. You can, because it is not on YouTube. It is a Google Meet where you can join the call and we can have a conversation, and I record it and I put it in the Tech Coach Ralph Patreon for people can play back and see, you know, what they missed out on. If there's different insights, you can leave me comments and I'll make sure that I answer every single comment or chat inside of the Tech Coach Ralph Patreon at techcoachralph.dev. Check out merch at techcoachralph.dev as well if you love this amazing Nerdy by Nature hoodie and this Token Fiend hat. It is available for you at merch.techcoachralph.dev. All right, so with that being said, I'm going to check the chat real quick. It's going to be a quick one. And then we are going to get to work. We're going to be working on the homeschool app. We're going to be using up those 5 tokens. And then we're going to be working on AI Career Analyzer. And I do have some interesting topics that we're going to be going through during our breaks. Okay. So with that being said, let me check the chat. We got my guy, Junior in the building. What's up, Junior? Junior says, what's up, family? How are you doing, Junior? Hopefully you had an amazing day today. And with that being said, we just have Junior here so far, but I'm sure we're going to get a lot more people to come and hang out with us tonight. We're going to get started because it's already 7:35. It is 7:35 Eastern time. I have 25 minutes before the re-up man comes, and we must have everything used up by that time. All right, so let's get started. Let me go ahead and, what is this? They are trying to get people to upgrade to stuff. And let me see, what is this? Let me see what this is. We just launched the Lovable business plan built for teams that need more control and privacy and flexibility, integrated SSO, secure sign-in for your whole organization, data opt-out. Your data would not be used for model training. Personal projects, your projects are not visible to the rest of the workspace. Design templates, reuse components, and maintain consistent styles. Oh, that's interesting. That is very interesting, actually. Starts at $50 a month for 100 credits. That is actually. I will revisit this. I will revisit this later because I will have a story to tell you. All right, so this is on Tuesday, we created the prototype for the Jiu-Jitsu application. I don't know. I might end up building that out, but we shall see. But let's jump into our homeschool app as we work through that. I'm this close to getting it done. There's a couple of things that we want to work on, and I think, let me see, where is mine? Give me a second here. So on Tuesday, we had tried to do the notifications. We tried to do the recurring events, but we were getting errors. And then we also want to do the community events should be clickable to get a view details option. So something that we need to work on. So we need to say, so one of the things for the notifications is we need the notifications. Browser future. I like that. Let me see. Notification time zone is off, and the ETCT or Eastern time isn't definitive. So here's how I'm going to do this, right? So let's start off with, and I think this one directly affects this one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move this one over here. Oops. Take this one. And I am going to say in here, let me change this over here too. We're going to go to here. All right. We are going to say, and this is our warm up, right? Like when I go to jiu-jitsu, we have a warm up every class. Our 5 tokens, those are my warm up for to get my mind right, to get ready. Okay. So we are going to do, let's go to let's go to, shoot. All right, do it from over here. Preview. Let's go here. And we're going to go to my calendar. We are going to say, all right, so this is confusing, right? And I'm going to take a picture of this. And I'm going to say the way that the time zones are listed is a bit confusing, as there can be multiple places that consider themselves Eastern time compared in the United States versus areas in Europe or something. I don't know the rest of the world. I'm just gonna be honest. I do not know the rest of the world. So therefore, we should. I've attached how the time zones are listed, and I want to say time zone format. Let's do this one. Eastern Daylight Time. How do they list it? We want to go to, could we use a more robust standard format of the time zones that would be listed like this, or listed similar to this, for all of the time zones in the world. So that's one thing, because check it out, right? This app, I want it to be used globally, not just here in South Florida, not just in the United States, not just in North America. I want it to be used around the world. So let's get all the time zones, right? And I'm gonna say being that the platform or servers are set to UTC time, when scheduling, the way the time zones are listed in the events, listed when creating events is a bit confusing. When scheduling events, it's hard to know what time the event is actually at, because on the calendar it shows up the offset to UTC time, something like that. All right, so let's start off with this prompt. What's up, AB Wise and Strong? So happy to see you here. And don't, I always see you guys with the, I'm gonna get it wrong, but do manage? Is it do manage? Hopefully that's right. Hopefully that's right. What's up? Gonna be checking your chats as soon as we use up our 5 credits. We have 5 credits left for the day. Use those. Can you believe that? I've only used 1 credit this entire month. I've only on this account. I could probably make it with like just 5 credits a day. You know what I mean? But that just means that we have more time on the weekends to really write some massive code. All right, so since I understand the confusion with time zone display, you're absolutely right that the current time zone selector is ambiguous and the calendar display issues make it hard to know actual event times. Let me update the time zone system to use proper IANA time zone identifiers and fix the display to show times in the user's local time zone. And this application right here, I'm giving it away. I'm giving it away. I'm like here, this is for you. It's your business. It is your business now. Still gonna maintain it, but I don't know enough about homeschool and stuff like that. I just do the work. I just do the work. All right. So it says I made comprehensive improvements to the time zone system. Updated the time zone selector. Now uses the proper IANA time zone identifier, organized by geographic regions, with clear labels like America, New York, Eastern Time. Perfect. Enhanced time utilities improve the time zone conversion logic to properly handle events stored in different time zones and display them in the user's local time zone. New event time display component, a dedicated component that shows event times converted to the user's time zone with clear indicators when time zone conversion occurs. Updated group event card and event list now uses the new time zone display. Benefits unambiguous time zones, proper conversions, clear indicators, organized selection. Time zones are grouped by geographic regions for easier selection. Now, when you create an event, you select from the proper time zones, and when you view it on your calendar, they'll be displayed in your local time with clear time. All right, perfect. So I'm going to go over here, and I am going to refresh, and we are going to say, So something I would want in this then, if this is how it's going to be, I would want it to detect from my IP address. I want to detect from my IP address. Where's my North America? All right, America's, North America, New York, right? I would want it to use my IP address and determine that I am in Eastern time zone and already have it set for me, right? But for now, let's just try an event out. Test, personal, test, Miami, Florida. Pick a date. Let's say it's today. Let's say it's at 08:00 p.m. The re-up man is coming. Re-up man coming. And we should say, let's say it's a personal event. And we're going to say, so we set our time zone. And we say add event. Event has been added. Real man is coming. 8 p.m. America, New York. Looks good to me. The question is, though, the issue that we're having, though, on Tuesday is what time does the actual server have, though? Re-up man is coming. Event time 20. Okay, that's actually accurate. That is actually accurate. Event time 20. Time zone, perfect. So now, in theory, we should get a notification, a browser notification at 7:55. We should get one at 7:55. Is that going to happen? I don't know. But what I am going to do is go over to here. And you see how I opened up the developer console? That is a way that I don't think most people know how to use, how to use these platforms effectively, where you are working with the AI instead of just asking the AI to do everything for you, and then hopefully it gets it right. So I would like, when I go to create an event, it can determine my general location or time zone from my IP address region, so that I don't need to provide, I don't need to turn on location services, or I don't need to provide location permissions. I don't need to provide location permissions. So, but it can already pre-populate my IP or my time zone. Also, can we add a filterable search to the time zone dropdown? Right. So, and this right here, like, there are times I go into the code, but this right here, I do this all through prompting. Like, majority of this application has been through prompting, right? Because it's not the most complicated application, right? Can we do, all right, so we have that. Let me check this list. Is there anything else I wanted? Notifications of events in browser phone. So we did that. Does this one work yet? I'm not 100% sure. This one seems okay. Let's go ahead and submit that one. That should take us down to 3 tokens left. All right, auto detector time zone from IP, add a filterable search. Cool. And then once that is done, I'm gonna do this. So while this is working, so once that is done, we're gonna go over to the events, so that, and I actually have a really, really cool feature inside of the nearby events, but I haven't, because this is not live yet, I haven't subscribed to it I haven't purchased the service yet, but I'm gonna see if it works. But it is a really, really cool event. Feature. It's a really cool feature that I am absolutely certain that homeschool mothers would, and fathers, I guess, and homeschool fathers would absolutely love, right? But the next thing we're going to do, we're going to make this clickable. So when you click on, there should be like a view details. When you click on view details, there should be a modal that should open up that tells you like the location and address of the event, because this is a community shared event. So even if you add it to your calendar, but before you add it to your calendar, you should at least know where, like, the details about it, you know? So with that being said, let's see if this is done. All right, so I've enhanced the time zone functionality with these improvements. Auto time zone detection, updated use user location to fetch time zone from IP address using the IPAPI.co service with fallback to browser time detection. Time zone, oh, that's cool. Smart time zone initialization, updated use time zone hook to automatically user detect the time zone when no user preference is set. Filterable time zone selector, add a search input to the time zone dropdown that filters time zone by that. Identifiable in real time, and then visual feedback, add an indicator in the form showing the auto detected time zone and location when available. Cool. So let's go ahead and let's go back to this page over here, which would be my calendar. Let us refresh that. And auto detected. So why isn't it selected though? If it's auto detected, why is this is correct? It is auto detected, but why isn't not selected? Even it went down to the city. It went down to the city. Talk about sharing personal information, but why isn't it okay? So let's say let's do a twofer. We have 3 credits left. We're gonna do a twofer. I see that the auto detection is working. However, it's not selecting the time zone in the dropdown, in the time zone dropdown. It would make a lot more sense to have the time zone pre-selected based on the user's geographic location. Also, on the events page, we need to add a view details button to the event so that someone who is interested in the event can see the location, and they can see the location and the address of the event, right? We also probably need to take off old events, I guess. Yeah. But that can be another prompt. Let's go with these 2 for now. What's good, Wave Nerd? How are you doing today? All right. Let's see. So now we have, and for all of those who are just tuning in, we are working on the Lovable platform, an AI vibe coding platform, but vibe coding is not what you really think. I think, honestly, I think these platforms, and I could be totally wrong, but I think they kind of make a marketing mistake because I personally think that these platforms turn a lot of tech people away. And at the very beginning, they will get a bunch of non-technical people to sign up, and so they'll run up a bag at the very beginning, right? But then those non-technical people, they get frustrated and they start bad mouthing the product, and because they market to these non-technical people, then what happens because they market to these non-technical people, what happens is the tech people, they're like, this is like nonsense. But me as a tech person, actually seeing what this is able to do, I'm like, oh wow, this is pretty powerful. This is pretty powerful. All right, let's see. Fixed time zone selection, updated date time field to properly initialize the time zone field with the detected time zone when it becomes available, and no time zone is currently selected. Added view details functionality, created a events details dialog with comprehensive information, updated all event cards added view details button to public event card, Eventbrite card, ticket master card components. All right, let's see what failed. Something public event card. So let's try to fix that. I have about 4 minutes left. 4 minutes left. We have two credits to use. Oh my goodness. Are we going to make it? Are we going to make it? I'm not sure. I am not sure. Is missing the location property when created the event for event dialog, the date, time. All right. So while that's doing its thing, let's go back over here, and I don't think I got a notification. Did I get a notification? I didn't see a notification. So I still don't know if the notifications are working, but regardless, let me refresh this page. And still not showing. Let me refresh a couple of more times. Let's see. It's detecting here, but it's not finding it here, which that annoys me. Do I have a setting in here? Let me see. Profile. Do I have a time zone set up in here? I don't. I don't know why it's not. I don't know why it's not. There goes view details. I don't know why it's not setting it. I feel like it should. Or maybe it's trying to load before it detects the time zone. Let me see. Console. And this is how I troubleshoot, right? Let's see. There we go. So so it's all right. So I'm gonna copy this. Ooh, that's not cool. Too many requests. Let's go to, oh, come on. Just what you need when you're trying to use up your tokens, right? More errors. And we don't, which is a good thing. They don't charge you, or they don't take a token from you for trying to fix these errors, but I am on crunch time. I mean, as you guys can see, I am so passionate about this. I not only am I a token fiend, I am also nerdy by nature. I am nerdy by nature.
You're such a nerd.
I know, and I love it. All right, so I'm gonna say we are, so the time zone isn't populating in the drop down, and I think it is because of this console error. I am going to miss out on one of my tokens, but it's okay. It is okay. It happens. It happens. If you have this, oh my God, this is going to be so bad. This is going to be terrible. I know that Junior and Rod Brown are going to get on. They're going to get on my case for this one, right? But if you have 100 tokens, right, and let's say you have 100 tokens, 100 credits, and you know where 99 of them are, right? But you can't find one of them. You are going to go and search the world left and right, up and down, to find that one missing token, and you'll say, alas, my token that was lost has now been found. Yeah, they're gonna get me on that. They're going to get me for that one. All right. So it says the time is wait a minute. Let me fix issue by updating your location hook to fallback approach. The time zone should now populate in the dropdown because I've made the key changes. Immediate fallback. The hook now immediately sets browser time zone using this before attempting the IP geolocation. Better handling, graceful degradation if the IP service fails. And we still have 1 daily credit. And if I use that 1 daily credit, it's going to roll over to the next one, but it's all good. Let's see. It's terrible. It's terrible. So let's go ahead and refresh this page. And if we go down over, still not. Let me refresh again. Sometimes you got to refresh a few times before things happen. IP geolocation failed using browser time zone. So I see it's using the browser time zone, but it's not. Oh, failed to fetch. All right, so let's go with. So whatever. We'll use extra token, whatever. I am going to. We'll create another one of these converted from UTC 5 a.m. See what I mean? Converted from UTC at 5 a.m. So I knew something was wrong with that, right? But it's 801. It's 801. The re-up man came, lost a token. I did lose a token, Did lose a token. It's all good. It's all good. I promised myself I was gonna cry tonight. I promised myself I wasn't gonna cry tonight. It's all good. It's all good. Anyways, let's go to break. Let's go to break.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
You know what that means, right? That just means that we need to start the show earlier. No more 7:20, 7:30 show start times. We need about a good 30 to 35 minutes to use all of our tokens. So we're gonna have to start the shows earlier. Right? Time is up. The re-up man is here. If I was to put a prompt in there, it would have used from my 5 for tomorrow. See, look at that. The re-up man is there. The re-up man came, and I lost that one token. Yeah. Anyways, I'm okay. Don't worry about me. I'm okay. All right. I'm okay. All right. Let me check the chat to say hello to my amazing friends in the building. So we had do manage? Hopefully I'm saying that right. But do manage says Vibe browser future. Let's get it. I want a Vibe browser. I want a Vibe. It's a vibe. Let's see. We got ABJ's wise and strong. Not just wise, not just strong, but wise and strong. Says, what's good, fam? What is good with you, ABJ's wise and strong? It is an absolute pleasure to have you here. Let's see. ABJ says that he is at the computer making stuff happen. That is the purpose of this show, because while I am making stuff happen, I hope that you're making stuff happen as well. Even if you're just listening in the background, watching from the clouds, whatever it is, I just want you to tune in and work with me. Work with tech. Let's vibe work with tech coach Ralph. Let's see. Junior's on the iPad. That's what see. My people right there. They be working. Let's see. What else we got? We have my guy Wave Nerd in the building. Says, I'm here. Hello, good people in the chat. Hello to you as well, Wave Nerd. We the best. Let's see. We got my guy, me, Mindify, in the building. Says good evening to me, Techo Drop, to Junior, to Wave Nerd, and everyone else in the chat. Hope all is well with you too, me, Mindify. And Junior, he just found my example hilarious. I'm just saying. Look.
Hey, a wise guy, eh?
Junior says Luke 15, 8-10, the lost coin story. You better go find it. Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm like, when I press enter, I don't know which one makes me feel worse, right? I think the pressing enter by mistake makes me feel worse. If I'm like writing this nice prompt out and I said, and here is the error, and I go to do shift enter and I just press enter and it singles out the error, and now that is a totally fumbled token right there, right? If you run out of time, It's happened to me plenty of times in jiu-jitsu. I'm at the brink of winning and I just ran out of time and I lost. It happens. But when it's an unforced error, when it is an unforced error, you're like, gee, willigers.
Bruh.
It is what it is. It is what it is. All right, let's jump into our very, very first break time topic for today. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Here's what we're gonna do. Do you guys remember on Tuesday, we actually created a country song, but guess what? I totally forgot to play the country song, right? What was the name of the song? What was the name of the song? It was called Prompting on a Prayer. Prompt and pray. Pray and prompt. That's how a lot of people go about using these AI platforms. They prompt on a prayer, they pray and prompt, they prompt and pray, right? Usually, you know, I might have to hey Junior, I might have to write the AI Bible because I'm about to say this. Oh my God. I'm happy that Rod Brown is not here yet. I am so happy he's not here yet because I'm about to say this, right? Prompting without works is dead. Oh my God. I'm terrible. All right. I'll be here all night. All right. So let's go and check out this song real quick. And then I'm going to talk to you guys about how I've been using AI at work the past couple of days. Let me go and turn this thing on. And let's go over to our Suno music. And we are going to play, because I haven't listened to it yet. I was like, you know what? I'm going to wait for you guys to listen to the Prompting on a Prayer because it was your idea. It was your idea, Wave Nerd Junior, your idea, prompting on a prayer, right? Prompting on a prayer.
I type it out, I hit return, but the answer twists and turns. A dance we do, this cold ballet. You lead me wrong, I lose my way.
Token slipping like sand through hands. Will you listen? Will you understand? I'm prompting on a prayer, throwing words into the air, hoping you'll be fair, but you're leaving me nowhere. I'm prompting on a prayer.
I spell it clear, I break it down, but you just wear a stubborn crown. A loop we spin, a digital grind, searching for that common mind. Tokens burning like stars at night. Will you see me? Will you get it right? I'm prompting on a prayer, throwing words into the air, hoping you'll be fair, but you're prompting on a prayer, throwing words into the air, hoping you'll be fair, but you're leaving me nowhere. I'm prompting on a prayer. I'm prompting on a prayer.
So that was the first rendition of Prompting on a Prayer. In the next break, we will listen to the second, because when you use Suno, it makes two of them, right? It makes two of them. So we'll listen to the second one. But that was actually pretty awesome. I liked it. You know what? My next AI album, it is going to be a country music album all about AI and vibe coding. And the title might just be Prompting on a Prayer. Look at that. Look, Junior, Wave, thank you guys for the idea. That's how I came up with the Captivity album. I was like, oh, I like how this sounds. Let's go with this. And now, prompting on next. When is going to be the next release? I think maybe between 4th of July and I like to release on like special like holidays, occasions, stuff like that. So maybe Labor Day is not that. But then if we do Thanksgiving, Christmas is too soon. I'll think about it. Anyways, let's just jump into this. How do I use AI at work? I'm gonna put 5 minutes on this, right? So I was using AI at work, like to figure some things out, but not too much, not as much as I use for like my content creation strategies and other things that I do. But I've been using it a lot more so here's why I never used it much at work, right? Because I'll use this for like certain information, but I never use it too much because we didn't have like official permission, so I had to be careful what I was putting in there. But now at work, they gave us access to Gemini. I think we have Gemini Pro, right? So I'm able to use it to help figure out different issues that we may have. And so I started using it a lot more. It's helping our team, the development team that I'm on, solve different issues. One of the big issues that oh my God, if you've ever read documentation of a product, usually the people who use the product are able to give you way more information than the people who actually create the product. It's just because the people who create the product expect it to work a certain way, right? And people who use the product, they use it in all types of ways. So we're using this GitHub repo for like some video stuff, and their documentation was so bad. But what I did was I took the GitHub repo and I posted it into Gemini, and I said, all right, I'm using this repo. The documentation is not that great. I'm trying to figure out how to do this, and I said this is the documentation from the README, right? GitHub Gemini went and took all that information and said, all right, this is how I think you should do it. And it wasn't 100% accurate based on the documentation, but it was able to steer me in the right direction. And with it, like something that I probably wouldn't have figured out in like 2 or 3 months, I was able to get it up and working within like total working time, maybe like 3 hours of trying different things out, building the Docker image, things like that. I was able to use Gemini to assist me, which to me the AI tools are assistants, and it was able to steer me in the right direction where I could go and okay, now I can get rid of all the research that I would have to do for stuff that's not that important, and I can actually get into like the actual implementation to use it for what we're actually researching for. So now, tomorrow, I already came up with the strategy. Going to work with the engineers to get this thing running so that we can actually use that to test the actual purpose of what we're doing it for. Right. Another way that I'm using AI at work speaking of Lovable, I was talking to someone. I'm like, look, the way that we're doing this thing right here, and being that I am in QA, quality assurance, test engineer, we know how to write code for automation, but we're not developers, right? We're not going to be building some high end full stack application that integrates with APIs and database and stuff like that. But guess what? Do you know who can? Lovable can. And now that this Lovable business plan came out, I'm like, oh my God. Is it Christmas? Is it Christmas in July? What? And I said, you know what? The way that we do, I was talking to somebody. I said, the way that we do this, it's so inefficient. And what I did was I went in there and I created a prompt. The way that you guys see me create prompts, I share what the issue is. Oh my, whew. Lucky me that Rod Brown just got here, because if I would have been in trouble. I'll get back to Rod Brown. But I said, all right, this is the way that we're doing something. It's basically a spreadsheet that we have to gather data from a bunch of places. I said, this would be so much better this way. We have this nice dashboard that automatically pulls the information from the locations. And I said, this is how I want it to look. And I got a very, very nice prototype, or not a prototype, a nice prompt. I got a nice prompt. And I took that prompt and I put it into Lovable. And it gave me a very, very nice prototype mockup. And then I took that mockup and I went into the meeting. I said, look, this is the way they were doing it. It's not the most user friendly. Like we have to go through a bunch of hoops and stuff like that, running these reports, taking it from here, moving it over there, all this type of stuff, where we can just build this dashboard and
Get a move on, back to work, chop chop, let's go. Come on, get a move on. Back to work, back to work, back to work.
So we can just build this dashboard, and then we can and then now all we have to do is just automatically updating, so that we don't have to do the busy work. Trying to get rid of the AI will be your best friend to get rid of busy work, so that you can actually do meaningful work. So then, as part of that conversation, we're like, okay, but we know that we're going to get these questions, that questions, this question, that. You know what I said? You know what? That's a very good point. This is what I did. After we were done with the meeting, I went into Gemini, right? I went to Gemini and I said, I need you to help me write a proposal of, I want to do something this way. And I need in that proposal to say, here is why we want to do this. Here's the infrastructure that we'd be doing. Here's how we're going to make sure it's secure. And these are the questions that we're going to get. So I want to answer them as part of the proposal, so that by answering them part of the proposal, it gives all the information on why this would be the right way to do it. Because in QA, and I actually agree with this. The engineering time is too valuable to be spent creating QA solutions, right? Engineering time should be focused on building stuff for the customer, for the company. However, QA needs tools too. If we can build our own tools through these platforms like Lovable, like Make, like whatever else that there is, right? We become our own product manager. We have our junior developer for really, really cheap. And then we can actually build stuff that is going to help and facilitate QA to be even better. But we don't need to get a engineer just to work on QA stuff. Let QA continue working on automation, on testing, test cases, all of that. But we can actually build tools on our own, because we know how product management works. We work closely with product owners. We can be our own product owners, our own product managers. We already know how to test. We already know how to use APIs. So I'm like, why not? What do you got to lose? And those are just some of the ways that I use AI at work. one more. You know, I'll give you a bonus. I'll give you a bonus. One more way. Whenever there is a problem, like something that is an annoyance, I just hop on Gemini. I'm like, all right, I'm having this issue with A, B, and C, and here's how I'd want it to work. How can we do that? Ask it about some test case management tools and stuff like that. It said, oh, you know what? You can do this. You can create this script right here, turn it into a GitHub action, and bada bing, bada boom, we're good to go. And then I did it. I did it myself. And like the research that it would take, a lot of times research and development takes the most time. I can implement something really, really quick, but getting that research out of the way, where it's, oh yeah, you can do it this way. And I'm like, all right, let me try it out. Boom, boom, boom. Get my API keys. We're good to go. That is how you add value to the workplace. They don't need to know that's how you're doing it. But even if they did know, they're not going to do it themselves, because like your boss does not have the capacity. He's your boss because he needs you to do work. And if you find solutions, boom, value right there. Value right there. Your job is to add value. Do they care how you add the value? No. If for you to add value, think about it like this. For you to add value, if it takes you 6 months to add the same amount of value that you can add in like 6 days, they're going to take the 6 days because you can produce more. That's how I see it. So for me, I am always using whatever tool that I have to my advantage to produce the best possible work. Resourceful. I am resourceful. All right. That's all that I have to say about that one. All right, let's go. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right. Let's go over to the chat, and then we're going to start working on our AI career. And I'll tell you about that. There's a few things we need to do, but we'll get into that. All right. Let's see what we got going on in the building. Let me turn it off now. All right. So, ABJ said dead for my example. Prompting. Oh, God. Now I'm going to say it over, and Rod Brown is here to catch me. I had said that prompting without works is dead. Junior says real biblical lessons. I'm telling you, the AI Bible right there. The AI Bible right there. Let's see. ABJ says, I'm a producer and this is hilarious. It's awesome. I love it. Junior says, I love this song. It speaks to our heart. Let's see. ABJ says, this is pretty good, no lie. Says, yes, it can only need understood in the text space. Let me see. AJ says that's what we all doing. Let's see. We got my guy Rod Brown. Oh, wait. AJ says I approve of it. Okay. Next album is gonna be a full out country album. Country album. Rod Brown says, salute to everyone. Salute to you as well, Rod Brown. Rod Brown, you did an amazing job on last night's stream. It's a breath of fresh air. I wish you were able to get the no malice onto the topic onto there last night, but maybe you can get that for next Wednesday. Let's see what else we got. Junior says you just missed a nice country song. You did, but guess what? We have another version of it as well that we're gonna listen to in the next break, right? And Rod Brown says a country song. Oh, Rod Brown, you know you're a good old country boy, so you probably love it. ABJ says facts, and ABJ says Suno is insane. It's done created me some amazing albums. That last album, oof. And Junior says, what? Suno is the AI music platform. This is Suno. how I created. Maybe you. I think you might have left when I created it, but you basically let's say you basically say what you'd say what you want how you want the lyrics to sound, the theme and the topic, and then you say write it, or you can write your own lyrics. You can create your own beats, and then you have it create the lyrics for you. You can have your own lyrics, and you can have it create the beat for you. Whatever it is that you want, it got you, right? And then I say the style that I want, and then it does. For me, I am not a musician whatsoever, but I have a lot of thoughts that I have in my mind, and sometimes, well, that's how I express them, right? I don't listen to other people's music anymore. I listen to my own music, all right, or somewhat my own music. That's what happens. It says that's the AI site Ralph used to make the song. Yep. And Wave Nurse says it's a hit. I'm telling you, next album AI. Junior says I didn't know that. That's a great tool. I love it. Let's see. It says it's got they are so. ABJ. I reviewed an article that they were being sued by Sony and Universal Music Group over. It's hard to explain what the lawsuit is, because they trained their models on the songs, like on their music, saying it's copyright infringement. But for me, I'm like, is training, like, if you were to watch Michael Jordan play every single Michael Jordan game, right, and you studied his moves, was Kobe Bryant, right? Was Kobe Bryant copyright infringement on Michael Jordan by studying Michael Jordan and having his game to be very similar to Michael Jordan, right? Like, I don't know. That's just me. But yeah, Junior, like all those songs that you hear on like in the intros and stuff like that, when we're ending the show, that's Suno. That is Suno music right there, right? My thoughts, their production. That's what it is. And it just says, yep, over copyrighted music. Suno has a lot to work on, but it's inevitable. It's coming. So, all right, we are going to get to our next segment of work tonight. We are going to be working on this application that I have been contributing to that is going to help you, yes, you, know what career in AI is for you, right? Let's do it like this. I'm going to give you a rundown of the application. Let me see if I can pull it up. And we will go over to, I put 20 minutes on the clock.
It's time to do.
So this is the application, right? Your AI job. Upload your resume, discover your AI future. No sign up needed. And basically what this app does is going to analyze your resume. You're going to upload your resume, and it will parse your resume and give you a report saying these jobs in AI would be a good pivot for you. And then it's also going to look to see, are there any jobs that you would be qualified for, so that you can start your journey to pivot, or maybe you're already qualified for it and you can start applying for it now. But it's going to help you know, because the future is AI. So we're like, let's help you with that. Basically, you'd go over here, you would upload your resume, and then it's going to start scanning. It's going to start to it's going to analyze your resume and give you what your job opportunities are. I'm going to upload a resume, but there's work that needs to be done on it, right? There's work that needs to be done on it. So that is what I'm going to be doing tonight. I'm just gonna show you how it's working currently, and then I'm actually gonna start organizing this work, because I am working on so many different projects and they're not the best way organized. So I'm gonna start organizing. I'm gonna set up my Trello board for these projects, and you'll get a little bit of insight on how you can use Trello to organize yourself. But I'm gonna use Trello to organize my projects. Okay, so let me go ahead and find a resume, and I'm gonna drop it right here. So it's gonna start analyzing. And from work that I did on other projects, it helped me tremendously. When I first got Lovable, right? I used about 95 credits in like 3 days. I was just like boom, 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 right? Now I'm struggling to use 1 credit in like almost a week. I'm struggling to use, like, my re-up happened on like Sunday night, and I'm only using like 1 credit. So then it gives you this report, right? And I'm working on the formula, because this is all like through AI, through formulas that we come up with that's calculating the score. So this score is not accurate. I have a formula that we're going to be using, but it tells you like 3 jobs found, ready to innovate, pivot readiness is ready to innovate, experience level ready to innovate. Working on this chart right here, which would tell you we're changing what the chart is going to be, right? And it gives you like the skills profile about your skill, about like your experience, AI tools, growth area, job matches, readiness. Probably gonna have to change this because this chart doesn't look like it makes any sense. But just going through it, and now it says, okay, what would be your AI job matches? And this is accurate right here. AI quality assurance engineer. And it gives you the salary average, the timeline to be able to get into that role based on your resume, and what the role consists of. And it says something that we added recently: why are you a match for this role, right? It says like, so let's read this one real quick. Like, so AI quality assurance engineer, because on my resume it says that I am a senior QA engineer, senior quality assurance software engineer, right? So it says AI quality assurance engineer, role for the future. And it says that this role involves ensuring the quality of AI-driven applications by developing and executing automated tests, focusing on performance scalability and functionality. So that's like working on products like Devon, Lovable, Make, Replit, whatever tool like that. That would be, so they're telling me that would be an opportunity for me. Why you're a match? Your extensive experience in QA and automation aligns perfectly with the requirements of ensuring AI applications meet high quality standards. And this is current job openings. We have QA engineer for generative AI at Scale AI, and BA, a business analyst, plus QA with AI at W3 Global Inc. in San Jose, California. And it tells you when the job was posted, and you can click on this. I believe this should take you to the link, right? Let me see. It takes you to Scale AI careers, and then you'd have to find the job there, right? So, and the way that we have it, it's doing the analysis through OpenAI, and it's doing the job search through Perplexity, right? So that's why when people say, oh, you can only use Lovable for a prototype or a mock-up or something like that. No, I'm building full-scale applications. This is a full-scale application, which is going to be it's gonna be a money maker. I'm just saying. Shake your bank. So when they say shake your money maker, it's these applications. Those are my money makers. All right, I'm just saying. All right. The other position, machine learning operations, ML ops engineer. Current job opening, QA lead with a AI focus, Vimo Inc., Mountain View, California. AI product tester, and there are no roles open for that position, but that is a position of the future. All right. Pivot readiness, it gives you your pivot readiness score and an explanation behind that score. It analyzes your current skills, current strengths, extensive experience in QA and automation, strong skills in cloud infrastructure and AWS. So it's taking this from your resume and giving you this feedback. What do you need to learn? Basic AI concepts and terminology. That's because I need to update my resume. I need to update my resume. Prompting techniques for AI interactions, fundamentals of machine learning, introduction to AI testing frameworks, and then tools to master TensorFlow for model validation, Selenium with AI capabilities. Ooh, this is interesting. Selenium with AI capabilities. That is interesting. Postman for API testing and AI applications, Jupyter notebooks. That is interesting. And then it gives you the strategic career analysis with your, and it just gives you like information based on you, right? Let's see. So that's that. So that's what we're working on now that you have an overview of this application. I am going to go over to Trello and I'm going to create a board. I don't know which board I want though. Let me see how this one looks. So let me see. Jesus Christ. So backlog, new features, running tasks, fix and upgrade, phase 1 testing, phase 2 testing, ready, done and deployed. That might actually be a good one. Let me compare that to, this might be just a basic Kanban template. Backlog, design, to do, doing, code review, testing. I actually like, give me a second here. See what this one looks like. Templates, backlog, sprint backlog, working on. I think I'm going to go with the web development one. The bug tracker is good too. Well, for bugs, that is. Curious about this one. I wonder if this is my Monica. I wonder if this is the Monica that watched that lurked. I wonder if this is lurking Monica. Let's see. All right, we're gonna go with. Let's go with this one. Web development. Use template. And we're gonna call that TCR web, or let's TCR vibe working. That sounds so boring. Vibe and chill sessions. Vibe and chill sessions. Let's go with that, right? Workspace. Go to this one. Create. And let's dismiss that. Okay. Show my panels. I already know how to use Trello. And forward any email to inbox@trello.com to add a card. Oh, that's pretty cool. I should just have for a new story, just email me the story, have it pop up on the backlog. But what we need to work on tonight, we need to, let me see over here. We need to work on the formula. So let's say, get rid of this thing. This is annoying me. All right. Oh my goodness, dude. All right. So we need to, let me see. I guess this is a feature. Let's add a feature for, let's see, we're gonna do fit, or this is an upgrade. Fix the formula used to generate the score of the what is that called? The score of the, if we go back to the top. So we want the top match score. Oh, I see what that is. This top match score is The top match score is this match score right here. This match score right here. However, I have to see. We need a better calculation for that. So that's the top match score. All right. So let's say we're going to move this over here. Fix it to generate the top match score to be more accurate, because I think my match score is like really low for that position, right? Let's say that, and then we have to do, we need to do, I'm looking at my notes over here. All right, so we need to create a score. We need a scoring system that analyzes how well a user's work history matches an AI job title. Well, that is what that is. All right, so this is actually this one. So then, yeah. So all right. So the match score has to be towards the. The match score has to be towards the. This top match score is matching this right here. And for me, I know this has to be higher, right? So we're going to work on that, all right? What else do we have to do? Let me see. And I know the download PDF is working, the email report is working. So I think that's all that we have to do right now. So let's work on that. Let's work on this. Let's work on getting this match score. And what are we going to use to do this, right? So let me go ahead and I'm going to go and do. Let's go to paste this. Actually, I have it in email, I believe. Let's get it from my email. Let's see. There you go. I'm going to copy this information into a document. Paste that here. Oops. Oh, come on. Give me a break here. All right. And I'm going to bring it onto the screen. So basically, what we want to do is so create a scoring met. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to move this fix and upgrade into. All right, so we're in fix and upgrade. So working on this. I wish there was a way. Let me see something. Can I do? Is there a status on this? I guess everything would be in the backlog, and then you work on a new feature. I don't like these titles. Queued feature or task. Running task. Let's say I'm going to add a column over here. We're going to add a column. Let's go with that for now. I'm going to move that over here. And I'm going to say that. All right, so we're working on this. And so here we go. We need to do the pivot match score. Assign a pivot match score to show how well a user's resume work history matches a specific AI job title. Let's define the weighting system. I'm actually going to copy this prompt into it. Oops. Let's go with this. So let's define the weighted score system, match score, where that's coming from, score range. So this is a very complex formula from what I'm seeing here, where it's using the skill, the tools, the functions, the languages, the industry, function mapping ontology. Okay. Create a simplified role function taxonomy, resume roles, AI job functions, chef, ops, human. All right. Compare what the user's actual function was, not just the title. That's good. You can use OpenAI to infer what is the core function of this past role. Okay. From your dashboard, you want to, let me see, you want score each AI job title match individually and show it in a bar graph, which you're already doing. Calculate a top score match, 88% in your mockup. How to do, so basically what this prompt is doing, it's going to, so let's say how to do the match score, top score logic. Define job match score per role, already done. You're assigning a score like this: machine learning ops 82, prompt engineer 85, AI product manager. Okay. Define the top score match. Highest single job match score out on the job titles generated. Okay. Power the bar graph with the same array. Okay. So one thing about these, like one thing I learned about what AI is returning is that for me at least, I have to go into the code and help it out sometimes because it gets really confused. All right. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna copy this prompt. I am gonna take it into, I'm not signed in. All right, give me a second. Let me sign in for that project. All right.
Lunch break! Lunch break!
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to throw in this prompt and then we will go to break. And then once we come back from break, we will see, where is it? Once you come back from break, we will see the results. All right. So we will go here. And I'm just going to drop that whole prompt in there, right? I'm just going to copy and paste the whole thing in there. And I'm going to press enter because we know what it wants to do. And we're going to let it work. We are going to let it cook. All right, so it's doing its thing. And I'll just wait for it to say something. All right, I'll implement AI job title matches them with the weighted formula specified. This will enhance the analytics to show precise matching scores for each AI job title based on the user's. All right, so we're going to let it cook and we are going to go to break while it's cooking. And I'm going to check the chat. We're going to listen to the second version of our prompting on a prompt prayer song. Country song. And we shall see. So let's see what's going on in the chat real quick. Junior says Kobe was a carbon copy of Mike in many ways. Yep. Why did Michael Jordan not sue Kobe Bryant for copyright infringement? That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. He used the Michael Jordan model to model his game after. Where's the lawsuit? Where is the lawsuit? I'm just saying. I am just saying, all right? He got rich off of copying Michael Jordan's model. All right? Why isn't Michael Jordan's number copywritten by Michael Jordan? Why you can't say nobody can ever wear number 23 ever again? Just saying. I'm just let's see. Junior also says, you done gave me another great idea with this Suno. That is my go-to. And Junior, I'll tell you this, it makes all types of music. It can make gospel music, it can make country music, it can make hip hop music, which the hip hop is kind of it makes UK hip hop a lot better than it makes US hip hop because it has right. I'm gonna be honest with you, right? The reason that Suno struggles to make hip hop music is because it doesn't want to be called racist. If Suno was to start implementing accents for hip hop music, it'll be over. They'll be like, oh, this product is so racist, and they're stereotyping how hip hop music sounds. It doesn't all sound the same way. So they're like, you know what? I'm gonna give perfect English on a hip hop beat. That's to me that's why they do it. They don't want to get they're already facing lawsuits, right? You think they want a lawsuit saying, "Oh my God, Suno music is so racist. They're impersonating what they think we don't all sound the same way." That's hip hop artists. Hip hop artists don't all sound the same way. All right, that's why they steer clear of it. Okay. Let's see. AJ says, "Yep, they both said so. Always come back around." Let me see. Junior says, struggling to use credits because your prompting is better is a great problem to have. Junior, you know.
You're such a nerd.
I am. And let's say it says, did you make those songs with the free version of Suno? No, I have a paid version of Suno because with the free a lot of these things with the free version of them, you don't have the rights to it. They actually belong to them. So I pay for it. They gave me a crazy deal where I paid for the year and it was super cheap. So, and they give you like a bunch of credits per month. And so that's what I used. I don't even use it as much as I could because I don't have the time or the care for making music that way. But with the free version, you can make it, but you can't really own the rights to it. Let's see. All right. Let me see what else we have. We got Robot Glock in the building. Says, what up, party people? What's good with you, Robot Glock? And talking about parties, it is almost time to play our next version of prompting on a prayer. Let's see. Robot says, chilling like a villain, catching from Friday Eve fun. Is it Friday for you, Robot? It's because it's still Thursday for me. Are you in another like? Are you from the future, Robot? Are you a Glock from the future? Huh. Interesting. It's Robot says, TCR does QA. Have you seen Playwright MCP? That thing. I have not seen. You know what? I am gonna write that down. Playwright MC. Where am I gonna? I'm just sending it to myself. Look into Playwright MCP. Boom. Thank you. I had not heard of that. I'm gonna look into that. I might have heard of it and I forgot, but I'm gonna definitely look into that. Let's see. Robot says, do you save your prompts in Git or anywhere? I need to start. I don't. Technically, I should. You are so right. I should. What I have been doing though, in one of my main projects that I'm building, I'm doing it in a Scrum environment for my coaching, and so we're using Jira, and I will take the outcome of the prompt and I will put it in the story notes. So like once a piece of work is completed, I'll put it in the comments so that the QA engineer has details about what's actually going on. But you are so right about that. I wish there was a way that it can automatically. Well, I gotta think about it because I wish there was a way it could just automatically do it. So I'm gonna look into that. Let's see. Robot says, like after I dev something via prompting, save them for next time, improve them each time. Yeah, you're right. Like, so normally, which is a bad way of doing it, but in like in Lovable, you can scroll up and then you can also bookmark certain things. But that would be like your, you know what? That's a great idea. I can create a RAG based on all of my prompts. How you like that? How you like them apples? Create a RAG, retrieval, augmented generation. I remember, based on all of my prompts. And I need a way, maybe I can build like some type of Chrome plugin that automatically takes my prompt and sends it over. I don't know. I'll think about it. But that is really cool. That is great. That is a great. You know what? I'm sending that to myself too. Create a save all of my prompts, because I use it so much. Like I'll tell you the story about how I'm using it at work, how I use it for my own project, how I do research with it. That is a genius. That is a genius idea. Thank you, Robot.
I appreciate you.
From the future. I send my thanks into the future, right? ABJ says, just joined Trello. Don't know what took me so long. I have Trello. I use it sometimes. Because I mostly use Jira when I'm coaching and at work and stuff like that. But as you know what, I'm working on so many different projects that is outside of coaching in Jira that I'm gonna use Trello to manage it. So yeah, it's good. Let's see. Robot says, Cedric Coward, the next MJ. So I heard. It says, hope so. Tired of Euro MVPs every single year. I hear you. Is his last name really Coward? Is it really Cedric Coward? Interesting. Robot says, Suno is just another tool like Ableton or GarageBand. It's what the artists do with available tools at the time. 100% agree with that. That's how I see it. Now, if you're like Timberland and you're just taking somebody's song and uploading it, that's a totally different story. But to generate stuff, I don't see it. Junior says, so then I'll use the free version to perfect the craft and then get the paid version when I and have the rights to my songs. Exactly. 100%.
Let's get it.
All right, cool. So we're good here. All right, now what time is it? It is all right, perfect. We're gonna listen to the next song. This is the next song, and then we shall. Let me see. Where is mine? Let's listen to the next song, and let's go over here. This is the second version of Prompting on a Prayer, inspired by Wave Nerd, Junior, and Vibe Coding.
type it out. I hit return, but the answer twists and turns.
A dance we do, this code ballet. You lead me wrong, I lose my way.
Tokens slipping like sand through hands.
Will you listen? Will you understand? Prompting on a prayer, throwing words into the air, hoping you'll be fair, but you're leaving me nowhere. I'm prompting on a prayer.
I'll spell it clear, I'll break it down, but you just wear a stubborn crown.
A loop we spin, a digital grind, searching for that common line.
Tokens burning like stars at night.
Will you see me? Will you get it right? I'm prompting on a prayer, throwing words into the air, hoping you'll be fair, but you're leaving me nowhere. I'm prompting on a I'm prompting on a prayer, throwing words into the air, hoping you'll be fair, but you're leaving me nowhere. I'm prompting on a prayer.
Well, that was prompting on a prayer. Did it create my persona? I don't know. Did it create my persona? Had to close it. Let's see here. Anyways, enough of that. Enough of that. I'll look at that. But so what I did for the last album, I created a persona, and then every song I had it using that persona. I just love the Captivity album. That is my favorite album now. But this Prompting on a Prayer album, that might end up being my favorite. That might end up being my favorite. Let's see. Let me see. Well, check the chat real quick. And actually, no, before I check the chat, I'm going to go to our second topic of tonight, which is, what is the second topic? The second topic is using Lovable forced me to learn. All right, throw up 5 minutes. So I'm going to tell you guys this. So I was talking to a friend today, right? And I told a friend, hey, I have an idea for you. With this whole vibe coding push, my friend is a QA engineer. And I said, you would be like, you can look into this idea to offer your amazing testing services to these people who don't really know what they're doing in coding, and they're just developing a bunch of buggy applications, right? You can offer your services. And my friend was like, yeah, but I kind of like to work on real code. I'm like, it is real code. It's just real code that AI built. And as you can see with the applications that I've been working on, the homeschool application, now this AI career analyzer application, these are real full-blown apps with Stripe and integration and stuff like that. If you stumble across this website, you would have no idea that how it was created. And guess what? If it gives you the right information, you don't give two flying hoots. All right. So Lovable forced me to learn a lot in the very, very past month. Stuff that I had ideas of, like I knew something about them, but here's what it forced me to learn. It forced me to learn about, and this is just within the last week, PDF generation. Because the applications that I've been building, they require PDF generation, right? So it forced me to learn how to integrate like PDF generation providers, how to integrate with their APIs. Now once it integrates with the API and it generates the PDF, I was getting an error on one of the applications. I had to guide it in a way to work its way through not downloading a blank PDF. I had to learn about sending emails. Email providers with connecting to their APIs, to setting up your records with your domain name provider, so that it doesn't come and show up as spam and stuff like that, going through the approval process. I learned about canvases. So you guys know about Canva, right? One of my applications, I said, you know what? I want a Canva style thumbnail editor where I can generate an image with AI, put that on the canvas, and then once that's on the canvas, then I want to be able to add layers to it, add text, add additional images and stuff like that. So it had me learning about Fabric.js. Pull it up. Fabric.js is a NPM module where in a web browser you can actually use it kind of like you use Canva, like, and then you can add on to it, right? That the Fabric.js part, this thumbnail thing has been a pain in my butt. However, for the application that I use every single day, it has been a lifesaver for me, right? And if I can get it to a point where it can make my thumbnails exactly as I do when I'm using an actual image editing application, that's gonna be a win for me. Let's take a look at Fabric.js real quick. Fabric.js. So let's take a look at Fabric.js, right? I had never heard of Fabric.js, but my prompt was, I want to be able to use a thumbnail editor in this application. And it says, oh, I'm going to install Fabric.js and install this. And basically, this is let me see. Run me. And this is the first time I'm actually on the Fabric.js website. But so I don't even know what this page does, but let me see. You're supposed to be you see, so look at that. You see I can do stuff with it. And basically when I'm building the application, I'm building it to my specifications, and I'm like, all right, so this is what I do when I'm using my actual image editing software. I want to be able to add a gradient. And
move on, back to work, chop chop, let's go. Come on, get a move on. Back to work, back to work, back to work.
And I'm able to add all of these custom features in my applications. Learning more about, so here's another thing it forced me to learn. How to, and this is like more through Supabase, but I found out about Supabase through Lovable. And it's like, all right, how do I set up OAuth on Google, on Facebook, on Apple, on LinkedIn, on GitHub? Yes. And they give you, so I go into the documentation and I'm like figuring how to set up all these connections. So back to what I was saying earlier. I think that the marketing of these tools and applications, when they're marketing to, oh, you can just build and you can just like anybody can build something. You don't need any code, no code, no code, no code. If you were to market to the people who actually know how to use this stuff, because for me, like I never thought about or cared about this stuff because they're marketing. They weren't marketing to me. They were not marketing to me. But thanks to my guy Wave Nerd, he's like, you should try this out. You should try this out. And I tried it. I'm like, oh wow, what I know, like applying the skills that I've gained. How did they say it in Taken? I have a special set of skills that I've acquired over the past 20, 40 years, whatever it was. I will find you and I will code the hell out of you.
Let's get it.
So now using all that knowledge that I had, and I'm like, I can build whatever I want. And I have the capacity to troubleshoot, to test it, to go and come up with the ideas. I've worked on so many different things. I know how to research, I know how to innovate. And Wave Nerd marketed this to me. And that's why I think that these platforms, if they can start targeting these tech people, show them how much it can actually do and how much time, because I could have built one of these apps, might take me a year, might take me 2. I have like 5 different apps which are all past 80% complete in a month and a half. I signed up on May 29th. A month and a half. I learned, and this is just like a percentage of all the stuff that I've learned using this in the past month and a half. And there's a lot more to come. On Tuesday, I was like, you know what? I wonder if I could do where I pass in a video URL and AI analyzes it for this, right? I don't know, but it's forcing me to learn. So even when I use it at work, and I'm like, oh, I go like, oh, how can I do this? Building GitHub Actions, SH scripts, all these things, right? And that is just from like, that's AI in general, but just Lovable forcing me to go into all of these different tools and providers to connect to it. These API providers, these login providers. It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. All right. Okay. I'm going to check the chat and we are going to move on. Let me get rid of that. All right. So I'm checking the chat and let me see what we got. Robots is glad this song kicked it up. It was starting to get into my feels with the intro. It was the other. I'm gonna play as we end the show. I'm gonna play the first one. I like the first one a lot better. Let's see. Robots says, I'm loving Lovable. Probably the best AI coding platform I have used. That's the only one that I've used because I don't consider Devin an AI coding platform because it actually does the work for you, but I'm able to more direct. I use Devin to help me when Lovables get stuck. Devin comes in and helps me a lot. But I think as far as coding platform, Lovable does have that. That's the only that I've used. I haven't used Make yet. I haven't used the other ones, but which I do plan to at some point. But I am really loving Lovable as you have said. All right. Let's see. Rod Brown says, dang, I missed it. Blame my son for waking back up. Don't worry, Rod Brown. You didn't miss too much. That the second one wasn't the greatest. We're gonna do the first one over as we end the show though. And ABJ said, taken. I'm just saying. Look. I make tech fun. All right. I make tech fun. I know, like, oh, it's so boring. You know, you're just like sitting at a computer writing code. The way that you guys see me here on stream, this is a tap down version of how I'm working every single day while I'm by myself. I'm sitting at my desk and I'm like just doing this and doing that. This I'm actually quite moderate right now. I'm actually quite tamed right now. All right. Let's see. MJ said, "That's so true. This has been a crazy year so far. Just seeing what's possible. This is a crazy month and a half from what I like. I did not see this coming. This was not in my game plan for the year. All right. Okay. Let's wrap that up. All right. Let's go and let's do one more segment. We're going to do one more working segment, and then we will wrap the show up for today because we need to see what was the result of the prompt, all right? So let me get a sip first. And we are going to put up our last 20 minutes.
It's time to do.
Okay, so the results of our prompt is I've implemented a comprehensive AI job match scoring system with the exact weighted formula that you specified. Here's what the system now provides. Weighted match score, skills overlap, analyzes transferable skills from resume, tool familiarity, checks the relevant technical tools, function match 15%, aligns role functions, management and technical, etc. Language match, matches professional terminology, industry relevance. Score interpretation ranges: high AI role match, transition ready. Medium match needs light upskilling. Low medium match requires tool adoption. Weak match, lower than 50%, is start with learning path. We have the enhanced analytics dashboard. Top match score prominently displayed. Individual job match scores in the bar chart. Score component breakdown. Pivot readiness tags and match score explainer. Intelligent scoring logic. Maps resume content to AI job requirements. Consider industry adjacent. For example, hospitality, AI operations. Evaluates function transferability. Chef management, AI operations. Assesses technical proficiency indicators. Analyzes domain specific language usage. So we are going to upload so I'm going to refresh. All right. I'm going to refresh. And we are going to see, I'm going to upload the resume again, and we shall see what happens. Let's go here. Because it might totally get it wrong. It might make a mistake because, like I said, AI does not do it for you. It does it with you. The quality of your results will be the quality of your prompt and your ability to troubleshoot. All right. Hopefully it gets it right on the first try. Sometimes you will go down a endless loop of errors, but you got to know when to fold. You got to know when to fold. All right. So, you see. Well, so this, let me see. So it's still, all right. So, and that's what I had a feeling this was going to happen. All right. Top AI job match score, top match score. So now I'm going to look into the terminal. So look at the console and see what is being provided. And when you see this here, that is me putting into the code ways to troubleshoot it. Let's see. I had a feeling this was going to happen. All right. Let's see here. Pivot readiness tag. Experience level entry. Let's see. So now I'm trying to figure out. So there goes the past roles, which it should be putting somewhere. So where did that past role section go? There was a past roles section. Oh, look, there goes the past roles. So this one's the AI Trailblazer. The same 3 jobs were found. So now we have to work on this top match score, because the question is, where in the world did that where did the, so top match score is 0, which is this one. But this top match score, this under, so this right here, this top match score is coming from and this is the part that I'm saying, like, it can get really technical, like based on what you're trying to build, right? But if you want to build anything of value, well, I'm not gonna say that because there's some stuff that people build that they don't like. Value is in the eye of the beholder, right? But there's some stuff that it's not that hard, but it does add value. But if you want something that's like really giving you some really good information, it's gonna be a little bit more technical in a lot of cases. All right. All right. So if I can find this one, so I'm trying to find this right here. Career analysis, job. So it's getting it from here, right? This match percentage, which is not what we want. And this match percentage isn't. It kind of is what we want, but it's not doing the formula. So it's not doing the formula. So what I'm going to do, here's where we get technical. I'm going to go into the code view. And I am going to go to where, all right, so let's say functions. We're going to look for all right, so let me see. I'm trying to find where this is coming from. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a look at this, and this is how I troubleshoot stuff, right? So I'm going to go look for analytics charts. I'm going to go into component, and Rod Brown, does this ring a bell to you? Like this type of code? I'm going to go here and I'm going to say calculate AI job matcher score, calculate here, resume text. So what I'm going to, oh crap. So there's something weird happening with Lovable where I'm not getting access to the editor here. So I am going to have to use my own code editor. So I will show you that as well. But here's what we're going to do. I'm going to, all right, so they're making it harder on me. I'm going to go over here and I am going to say, all right, we are going to say, go here and I'm going to do so I'm using my editor. I'm going to do git pull. So I just pulled in the code, and I wonder if I could do a quick search real quick. Gemini, how can I run a Lovable built application locally? Because it'll be a lot faster to get this working locally than to push up and see what's happening and then all this nonsense. What is a Laravel? That's not what I asked for. I said Lovable. A Lovable built application. Built on npm react tsx not a Laravel app. Let's see. I should just be able to do npm install in theory. Okay, I guess it's fair. We would do, so we already got the git clone, npm install. Run the, let's give it a try, I guess. I am gonna do npm install. Let's see what we get. Then we should just do npm start. New minor version, did it install? Guess so. npm start. npm run dev. Okay, there we go. Let's see if that's going to work in the browser. Oh, snap. It's running locally. It is running locally. Look at that. I can troubleshoot off of Lovable, and then once I get it working here, I can push it up. All right, so let's do that. I told you, if they marketed this the right way to us tech people, to us engineers, game changer right there. Game changer. Like, you'll get the people who don't really know what they're doing to spend right away on it, but they're gonna get frustrated. They're gonna start bad mouthing you on Twitter, on X, on wherever, Reddit and stuff like that. And I'm like, I do not have the same issues that you're having. All right, I do not have the same problem that you have. So let's go ahead and look for what am I looking for? I'm looking for analytics chart .tsx, and let me close this down, and I want, make this bigger. Let's get rid of that. All right, so I am looking for, so what I want to, all I want to do, right? I mean, all I want to do is win it all, but that's a song of mine. Let's go and say, extract resume text and past positions. So we analytics charts received. We have analysis. So the resume text should be part of analysis. And it should have extracted text as part of analysis. That's going to be the resume text. Past position, analysis, OpenAI results, past positions. So let's take a look at our results to see if that's in there. So if I go over to here, analytics results received analysis is what we saw over here. And we have we are looking for, see, we don't have extracted text in here. That's what we have under OpenAI. And that should be past positions for OpenAI. So we have the past positions. Analysis past positions. Do we have that? So all right, so we only have analysis past positions. Okay. But so the biggest problem is we don't have the extracted text. That's the problem. So if we say so we have to find that extracted text. So that's the biggest problem. The problem is that it's not working because it's not capturing the extracted text. Just got to find it though. Let me see, where can we find this? I don't know if we actually capture it yet. And that's why it's not working, because we're not capturing it. All data, OpenAI data. So we have the past positions. All right, so let me go ahead and take a look at this over here, because I just need the resume text, and right now it's not being saved. Let's go here, resume upload. All right, so when the resume is extracted text, set extracted text, extracted text, resume text, okay, resume text. This is going into test resume analysis, passing in resume text. Okay. Is that resume text being saved anywhere though? It is not. So this is the issue here. This resume text is not being saved anywhere. Data function. Okay, data function response received. Let me look for this one right here. Let's see if we have that one. If we have that one, then we might be able to capture it. Don't see it. Hold on 1 second. So I do have this one. Okay, so I have this here. Where is this in? This is an extract the text. So I'm logging this. Resume text. Okay, we have that. We have that. Okay, so we have this over here. So this isn't being passed anywhere. Function response received, data. We have this data. I have this data. Analysis. So if part of this analysis is successful, we should have the resume text in there. Okay, so I think I found it. Analysis data. There should have been a resume text in here. Okay. Let's see if we can find it. Data. Data, wait, const. Function response received. Okay, so if I look for past positions, so where is that one? Where is that one being set? Related jobs, realistic. Job roles, field, OpenAI, Perplexity, data. It's not getting. I can try to prompt that into it. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say that the resume text field is not making its way into data, because that's what's looking for resume text in order to do everything else. It's taking part. All right, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna go back to Lovable. We're gonna say and this was the resume upload.tsx. It is
Lunch
looking
break. Lunch break.
for resume text for a field resume text in the data object in order to calculate it's trying to calculate the match score. However, it is not inside of the data object. We need to make sure I can see in the code that the resume text is being extracted and used. However, after it is used, it is not being stored in the data object to be consumed downstream by other objects. Can we make sure that the resume text field is being added to the data object? All right, let's try that and we shall see what happens. But I'm very, very detailed. Like when I'm sure about something, I'm very, very detailed with my prompt. When I am like exploring and trying to figure something out, I'm very, very loose with my prompt, right? So you got to know you have to know when to be direct and it's very specific, and when to be like, I need your help on this, figuring something out, right? All right, so looking at the resume upload, I can see that the resume text is extracted and sent to the Supabase function, but you're right, it's not being included in the return object for downstream consumption. Let me fix this by ensuring that resume text is added to the transformed analysis data. Let's see. All right, we got that. Modify the transform analysis data function to accept resume text as a second parameter. Updated the function call and handle to pass the extracted resume text. Added resume text called to the object returned. Cool. I guess we try it again. We are going to upload again and see what happens. Close this out. And we're going to go here. We're going to upload that resume again. Junior's so funny. Let's see what results we're gonna get. But I'm happy that I figured out how to, because then I can change my own favicon. Figure out how to get it running locally, so that's gonna be a total game changer. All right. Let's see. Let's see if I can get this working before we get out of here. Let's see. Let's go to I don't see it in here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna look into their editor. Sometimes it has a nasty cache as well. And we're gonna look for resume upload, or actually they said it was gonna be in this function, right? let's go here, here. Transform. Oof, what happens? My goodness, are you serious? Oh, okay. I guess it's what it is, right? All right. So this is the resume upload, and we are looking for this right here. So transform analysis data and resume text. And if we go to here, resume text string, resume text. So it's doing it a little differently than expected. We are going to say, all right, I got you. So we're going to say, they were just going to plop in resume text, and that, if that's the case. Let's see. All right, cool. Let's got to do it through here. Okay, I got you. I got you. Oops. Let's go to Control C. Oops. Get pull. And we're going to look at resume upload, and I'm going to say resume text. Resume text equals resume text. Minimize this. Resume text. Add the resume text to the return object. Got that. Got that. Include the. Okay. What is this being returned from? Career analysis. Oh, okay. So let's check career analysis then. Maybe it's in there. Let's go to, this is under career analysis. Let's go find career analysis. That makes sense. That would be under career analysis. Let's see. Career analysis. I don't see it in there, right? It is. Oh, it's under pivot metaphor? Pivot metaphor? No. Oh, there goes resume text right there. There goes resume text. I didn't see it before. So this is under the received analysis resume text, right? So now the question is, so now what I'm going to do, I am going to look at let's go over to, this is under analysis. All right, so we're going to go here as resume underscore text, analysis, resume underscore. Let's see, resume text. Something is, let's go up one, resumes. You see, this is this right here. This is the problem right here. So this has to be analysis, resume text, just like that. And if we were to, I'm just gonna push it up and do it through Lovable. Get status, get what branch are we on? Get branch. We're on main. All right, get commit package and src component and updated the field for the resume text to use resume underscore text instead of extracted text. And this is the type of errors that I've seen Lovable make. And knowing how to troubleshoot it is just going to make it so much better for you, right? Get push. And now we go back into Lovable. And it should be able to get the update that I just made. And if I refresh the page a few times, we can upload again. See what happens. And then we'll wrap it up after that. Let's see. We should definitely get, like, it might not be fully integrated yet, but we should get better results at that point. The match score went down for some weird reason. All right. Let's go. Sorry, I'm gonna look at the console again now, and I'm gonna go to analytics charts. So it has the resume. So now, see, now the resume text is making it into the here. Enhance analytics data, but is not scoring it yet, which we need to find out how it's doing that. So top match score. So now I'm working my way backwards to find. So this is the functions, top match score. I need to find out how it's, so I need to get to where it's calculating the top match score. So all this part is good. Top match score is greater than 0. Let's continue up higher. Job match data, map job dot match. So let's go to job match data. So I'm like reversing this, right? Recommended titles. Use simulated scores for demo purposes. We do not want to use simulated scores. Nope. Where are you getting that from? Let's see. So let's go up one level higher. One level higher. All right. So it's saying match title. Length. So name. Wait, what is this? So that's that. Uh, 3 top match score. Okay. Let's go to the first one. All right, job match any. Okay, so that's good. Job matches length is greater than 0. Job.title. All right, so let's look at if this one exists, right? This analysis.job matches. It's It's not easy, but it's a lot better than not knowing how to than trying to create this from scratch, right? So job matches, we have that there. Slice 6 job any job dot title, we got that, AI engineer, and job dot title dot length. What does that mean? Title, okay. Title substring, okay. Let's see. Job match percentage equals number. So that's this thing over here. So where's the calculation? Calculate match score of recommended fields. Anyways, it's gonna take some time to figure that out. But you got a preview, a background look of how these AI platforms can assist you. Like, you still need the knowledge. You still need to know how these things work. You can start building stuff, but at some point, like depending on what you're trying to build, right? If you're trying to build something like really complex like this right here, you're gonna have to go into the code. You're gonna have to know how to read it, know how to map things and stuff like that, which is where I come in. That's how we do. That is how we do. But that's it for tonight. That is it for tonight. I'm gonna wrap it up. We've been going for 2.5 hours. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? But I loved it. I had a great time. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to people watching on X. Shout out to everybody watching on YouTube. Shout out to everyone watching on Twitch. I'm going to check the chat one last time, and then we're going to get up and out of here. AJ Wise and Strong says, that's so true, bro. It's been a crazy year. Oh, yeah, so I read that one. It's been a crazy year. So far, just seeing what's possible. So much, right? Junior says, I learned to fold early. You're so silly, Junior. Junior says, that's a fact. Mostly I need help, so I'm not direct with my prompts. But that's how you learn, though. That is how you learn. And you're going to see, as you continue to prompt, use ChatGPT, Junior, because don't only rely on like prompting in Lovable with the 5 credits or in Suno. Use ChatGPT, use Gemini. They're free. Use those so you can get better with your prompting, and based on the information that you get, you revise your prompt. You get better at that. So now when you take it into these type of applications, type of platforms, you can have these really, really strong and direct prompts that are going to give you the results that you want, and not the results that you are prompting on a prayer for. All right. Junior says, great show as always. Thank you so much, Junior.
I appreciate you.
And Wave Nerd says, great show. Thank you so much, Wave Nerd. And Junior says, awesome. Just use it and refine your prompts. Become an expert prompter using that, and then you will see when using these type of like real deal applications, how it's going to make a huge difference in your life, right? But that's it. Do me a favor on your way out if you have not done so already. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content. As well, go to techcoachrap.dev, sign up today, sign up for free, and come hang out with me on the weekends as we have our vibe code and chill sessions, where I'm working on different you get a deeper look at the projects that I'm actually working on. So many stuff, right? But I don't share it here. It's going to be shared inside. I share everything. I bear all of my projects up. Get your mind out of the gutter. Jesus Christ. I bear all of my projects inside of the Tech Coach Draft Patreon, where I share like how I'm prompting stuff, ideas behind it. Sometimes you guys give me ideas, all of that good stuff, right? But let me just throw this up there for Junior real quick. Wave Nerd says, use ChatGPT to create your prompt. That's a good point. That is a good point. Like, use ChatGPT. So describe in ChatGPT what you want and tell it, I need a prompt to do this, and write it for Lovable format, and then it's going to give you a good prompt, and then you can paste that into Lovable, and now you're really gonna get the results you're looking for, right? Read it, revise it in ChatGPT, then great point. That is a great point, Wave Nerd. Spoken like a true token fiend. It is what it is. It is what it is. But I'm out of here. I am out of here. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. I will see you guys tomorrow at noon in the premiere of The Bug Bite, talking about Louis Vuitton, Korea. Were you affected? Do you own any Louis Vuitton? Were you affected? We shall find out. But that's it for tonight. That's it for tonight. I'm going to play Prompting on a Prayer. Techotrauf. We are out.
Spartans! What is your profession? Spartans! What is your profession?
Understand.
I type it out, I hit return, but the answer twists and turns. A dance we do, this cold ballet. You lead me wrong, I lose my way.
Token slipping like sand through hands. Will you listen? Will you understand? I'm prompting on a prayer, throwing words into the air, hoping you'll be fair, but you're leaving me nowhere. I'm prompting on a prayer.
I spell it clear, I break it down, but you just wear a stubborn crown. A loop we spin, a digital grind, searching for that common mind.
Tokens burning like stars at night. Will you see me? Will you get it right? I'm prompting on a prayer, throwing words
prayer, throwing words into the air, hoping you'll be fair, but you're leaving me nowhere. I'm prompting on a prayer. I'm prompting on a prayer.